Hey there, my name's Ava and I live in my car. As much as I love living in my car and I don't have any desire to move into a house or an apartment at this time, I still enjoy watching TV shows like House Hunters and YouTube channels like Architectural Digest. Architectural Digest is pretty entertaining because it shows tours of really enormous fancy mansions and tours by celebrities of their homes. So I thought it would be pretty fun to check out some of these videos now that I live in my car and see if my perspective has changed, if there's anything about these things that I miss, and just what will my general thoughts on it be. So I'm really looking forward to this. I picked out a video. It's called Inside Kendall Jenner's Cozy LA Hideaway. Off the bat, I'm a little bit skeptical because I'd be pretty surprised if Kendall Jenner really has a cozy hideaway because as far as I can tell, she has pretty much infinite money, but I'm excited to check it out, so let's give it a look together.
Hey Dee, it's Kendall Jenner. Welcome to my house. Come on in. I moved into this house about a year and a half ago. I renovated it for a whole year. The overall vibe that I was going for was really peaceful. I wanted to feel super calm. You're kind of up in the mountains up here and surrounded by a lot of nature, so I also wanted to feel open and there's a lot of windows.
I think that if I did have money on a celebrity level, it could be fun to pick out a property and spend the time and money to really customize it and make it the way you want it.
This is my, I guess, formal living room. I made sure there was no TVs in here. So we get into a lot of deep talks in here. We actually hang out in here more than I thought I would. I usually have the fire going, whether it's winter, summer, fall, spring.
I really like that. I think it is nice to have a living room area without TVs, and that actually reminds me of my life in the car, because in the car, I don't have any TVs or distractions, and it's really nice to escape from a screen, and I really appreciate that about car life.
This is my bar area. You always need a good bar. My mom is notorious for having the best bars, just like really beautiful, really set up pretty well, so I feel like this is a really special place.
Way to go, Chris.
I've kind of let loose in this house a little bit more. Like, I've thrown some birthday parties here, so we've had good times.
And for Kendall, it obviously makes sense to have a space that's really nice and suited to entertaining. But when I had my house, I actually initially thought that I would have friends over, maybe throw some parties, and I never did. But Kendall is a celebrity, so obviously she has a lot going on and really needs a space. But for me, it just didn't make sense to be paying that kind of money for a house where I didn't really have anyone over.
Right off the bar is just a really nice kind of dark, moody powder room. This, though, is this massive stone sink that I was like dying for. And it's about 300 pounds. And the guy who did my house basically said it was the hardest part of the entire house was putting this in. They had to like try a million times because they had to like restructure the walls behind it and stuff. So this guy is probably never leaving this house.
I think that's really cool. It looks kind of ancient. It looks like it could belong in a museum. And I do think if you have the money and the time and the desire, you might as well have something like that if you want to. And it looks really cool in her house.
This is my office area.
And this is my office area.
Then you kind of lead into this room, which I have now created into an art studio. This was a movie theater for like the first year that I lived here, but I had an idea. I was really stressed out. I was working a lot, and me and my friends used to just go in the backyard and paint. I was like, I do that all the time, and I don't really use this room as a theater.
A studio is definitely something that can be a little bit of a challenge in the car. I made a video showing turning my car into a recording studio, and it actually works pretty well to record vocals and singing, but in terms of having more instruments or doing painting, it really wouldn't be very practical. So definitely a pro of having a house is that you can have a studio or a workspace, and it's really cool that she does have that and is taking advantage of it.
I'm not good at painting, but I thoroughly enjoy it, and I consider it a form of therapy.
Good for her for trying. We all could use a little therapy here and there, so it's great that she's found something that works for her and she takes the time to do it.
I love coming in here and just vibing out and making really horrible things, but it honestly lets a lot out of me. And my friends and I come in here, sometimes we'll throw on basketball on the screen, drink some wine, and like just paint or color or whatever. We're really nerdy.
First of all, I think her art looks reasonably good. And second, I think it's cool that she embraces it and does it for the fun of it.
This is my dining room, which I love. There's a lot of woods in here. We kind of did this double rug thing, which I thought was really cool, and it warms up the room a lot. Me and my friends come in here actually more than I thought I would. My kitchen. This is most definitely the most used room in the house. We are in here almost every single day and night.
Also, I'll point out that obviously she has the money to really invest in this place and make it her own. And in a way, it actually reminds me a little bit of my lifestyle in the car, because although it's obviously small and inexpensive, I've had to think about ways creatively to make it a space that I want and what works for me. So I can kind of see some similarities there.
This is my TV room, family room, whatever you want to call it. I have, my really nice cloud couch. I feel like everyone has a cloud couch, but they really are the best. I redid it into this kind of a little bit rougher of a fabric just to kind of go with my house a little bit more. We watch games, we watch The Bachelor, we chill out, and then these doors all open really nicely and we go hang out up there.
And that's the difference. She has people coming over.
It's just nice to get fresh air, and like I said, I live in LA, so it's always sunny, and it's just the best. So down here, technically these are 2 bedrooms, but I needed the space, so I kind of made these into like a fitting room, which I also kind of call my Hannah Montana room, and my glam room, so I'll take you into the fitting room. It's always kind of a mess. This is where I do all my fittings and kind of throw clothes in here. This is where I pack for long trips.
And my equivalent of this is the storage lockers at my office. I know there's not really a comparison, but the point is I do still have a way to keep my clothes neat and organized, even though I live in my car. And also, as some of you know, I also have Prada sandals, which there's a good chance Kendall does as well.
This is my glam room, also a very used room in my house. Everyone in my family has a good glam room. There's a really nice door, so my glam people can come in and out really easily.
And I also have a glam room. It's called my driver's seat.
This is my master. There's this first little sitting area when you walk in. I usually come in here and meditate, chill out, zone out. Behind me is my Tracy Emin. I got this a few years ago, and I'm almost positive that there's measurements up top, and then the bottom says, "Glad to hear you're a happy girl." I'm pretty sure that the measurements are an ex-boyfriend of Tracy Emin's penis size, and then the message at the bottom is to his new girlfriend, saying, "I'm glad to hear you're happy." Because he has a really big penis, I believe. These are really old doors from Italy, and my mom had these in every single house that she owned that I grew up in. When I bought this house, she was like, "I saved those doors. I think they'll be perfect for your house. I think they would fit awesome." So I ended up finding a place for them. Little memories all over the house that you probably, they kind of go unnoticed, but they mean a lot to me. This is my massive bed. I love it so much. Probably the most comfortable thing of all time.
I bet my bed in the car could give you a run for your money.
I have these copper energy rings. Everybody always asks me what these are. I'm not exactly sure what they're supposed to be good for, but someone told me to get them. I have them hidden all over my bedroom. There's one on each lamp up here. You're supposed to put them around your water. So I have these like little water thingies, and I put my copper energy ring around them. I don't know. I feel good around them, so I'm assuming they're doing something.
I might actually get some of those for myself. Who knows if they actually bring positive energy, but they look cool. And living in my car, it's one of those things where I can spend a little bit more money on random shit like that because I'm saving so much on rent.
Obviously, you need a tea stand because I am highly addicted to tea. So I have this little tea area. Really exciting.
I too can make tea in the car. You may have seen my water heater, so I don't feel limited tea-wise in that way.
This is my master bathroom. I'd say at least 3 times a week I'm in this tub. It's my favorite ever.
The tub does look really nice, and that's something that is a little bit inaccessible living in the car. I do shower plenty because my gym has a great shower, so I really like that, but I don't really bathe as much as I used to. And that's okay. It's worth it to me.
And then this is my closet. I don't think I've ever had a closet this big, so I was really stoked about it.
And yes, her closet is bigger than my entire car/home, and that's okay.
Off my master is my backyard. The whole house is pretty much a U shape, so every room almost connects to the backyard. Surrounded by a lot of nature, as you could probably hear, which I love. It makes me feel super out of LA.
I also love being surrounded by nature, and I get a little bit more of that living in my car. Some of my favorite spots to park are by like a park or something where you do feel like you're in nature, and also living in the car just makes me more inclined to be out and about, go on nature walks, and do things like that. So I totally get where she's coming from, and I feel like I also have that benefit.
We hang out here so much. I just got all these vintage quilts, so I'll just lay them all out on the grass, and me and my friends will come out here and just chill, meditate. I did a sound bath out here the other day. It was really so nice. Thank you, AD, so much for coming. I hope you enjoyed the tour of my house, but it is sadly time for you guys to go.
I really enjoyed that video. I was entertained, and it's interesting to get a little glimpse into the celebrity lifestyle. Of course, for Kendall, it would be completely impractical to live in a car, even if she wanted to, but I'm pretty much 100% sure that she wouldn't want to. But as a celebrity, she does need that space for entertaining, and she clearly makes the most of it and is proud of the work that she's done to the house, and it shows. It was a really pretty house. That said, I really don't feel envious of it. Although it was cool to watch, I'm really liking my car lifestyle, and I like that I'm doing things my way. Moving from a house to a car, I really didn't miss the house, so that leads me to believe that I also wouldn't miss a mansion or prefer to live in a mansion at this time. I am going to look for those copper energy rings because I think that would be fun to try out and have a little something extra in the car, so I'll let you know if I succeed with that. And thank you for watching. I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye.